Hello and welcome to this AFC Champions League Elite Group match day 1 for the West in the game which sees Esteghlal of Iran take on Gharafa of Qatar here at the ACL Stadium in Tehran. Wait for the two sides to enter the field of play. It's a lovely night. It's match day 1. It's all about getting off on the front foot. And of course Esteghlal with their wonderful form back in the day, it has to be said. 34 years ago was the last time they won the AFC Champions League, and before that was in 1970 and then 1991. Runners-up in 91 and 98-99, so that was 25 years ago. And of course it was their halcyon days way back in 70-71 when they won the Champions League, the Iran League and the Tehran League as well. So they will be looking for a good start to their competition against Al-Gharafa. And what will happen is look at the records, and the records are quite simply this: that Al-Gharafa's record against Iranian sides is they've lost 4 away from home out of 4. They've lost 1 at home and drew 1 at home. So all the odds and all the form lines are pointing to a possible home victory today. The Blue Boys, or the Capital Blues as they're known, well, they will be hoping that record stands firm. Well, it's been a sultry night. It's around about 26, 27 degrees, I believe. By the state of me, I think it could be a little bit warmer. But we wait for the two sides to enter the field of play here at the ACL Stadium in Iran. They sometimes play mainly at the Azadi Stadium in Tehran, but in this case they've just moved out to the smaller stadium for this match day 1 fixture. The photographers await the two sides, and the two coaches will be going through their final words. Javad Nakunam for the home side, Esteghlal, and of course for the away side it is Pedro Martins, the 54-year-old defensive midfielder back in the day. 1 cap for Portugal. He will be going through the words. Al-Gharafa, I'll get this right, Al-Gharafa, I apologise, will be looking to suddenly make some waves, and they'll be hoping that after their 1-1 draw at the weekend against Al-Shamal, that their side will be able to face the might of the Iranians once they make the field of play. Quite an atmosphere building in this stadium. Obviously the night skies just bring a little rooftop to it, so to speak. Just brings everybody's expectation down to the illuminated pitch in front of us. Still, we wait for the sides to take the field of play. People to look out for. And here we are. Esteghlal versus Al-Gharafa at the ACL Stadium. Match day 1 in the league stage here. The Champions Elite League in the AFC. Warmish night, 26 degrees. Just the right sort of temperature to go and play football here. Nice clear night as well. Humidity not too bad, around the 31%. A rather pulsing baseline going around the stadium to bring these two sides out. Match day 1 of the AFC Champions Elite League. Pitch is quite tufty, and there's a few areas that have been relayed recently. You can see them on the screen there, especially away to the right-hand goal mouth. 3 or 4 patches that have been re-turfed. Be interesting to see how they play as we wait for the announcement for the two sides to take to the field. A little bit like a heavyweight boxing match scenario. The anticipation and tension ramped up by the arrival of the two sides. Here comes the AFC flag and anthem. And now the arrival of the match officials. Followed by the team captains and the two sides. As I say, Esteghlal have a good record for Iranian sides to uphold over Qatari sides. These two have met before in the Champions League back in 2010, where this particular game, Esteghlal won 3-0 against Al Gharafa, and in the away leg it was a 1-1 draw. Al Gharafa, well, they are the side possibly with the record that needs to be bettered. The officials all coming from the Chinese People's Republic. Two sides awaiting the respective anthems, and then the dignitaries and the pleasantries will indeed take place. Some names that you'll possibly look at: Gael Kakuta, formerly of Chelsea, Fulham and Bolton, Rayo Vallecano, Deportivo, Lens and Amiens. 33 attacking midfielder. He is on the bench today, did start at the weekend. It's one of the changes for Esteghlal today. Another name familiar to those in England, former Sunderland, Watford, Dijon defensive midfielder Didier Ngong is also in the side. He does keep his place. And of course for Al Gharafa, Hosselu, yeah, the former Stoke, Newcastle and Real Madrid man up front. And of course the big signing coming in, Florinal Koeman will be playing as well. Well, we're starting to get fair now for the 90 minutes. Two changes, as I say, for Esteghlal. Kakuta and Ramazani have dropped to the bench, with Nick Nass and Branko coming in. Blanco Leszczuk at the top. Normally play a 4-2-3-1. Interesting to see exactly how they line up. Kakuta there, 21. The referee, as I say, and his assistants all from the Chinese People's Republic. Man in the referee, assisted by Xu Fei and Zhang Cheng. Fourth official is Jin Yuan. And of course, the VAR man is Fu Ming. It's the final moments before this game gets underway. Just look at the turf. You can see by Hussein Husseini down in his boots. A big depth of grass on this field of play. Could make a difference with the way the ball is running. Three changes though for Al Gharafa. Mainly in the defence, the two full-backs are both missing out, and the Rodrigo up front is missing out as well. In comes Abdallah Silakatim and Mateus Nani. And again, the graphic there, I think, has got the attacking midfielder Koeman at full-back. I'm not too sure he'll be there. Fluidity is the name of the game for our two coaches. Yang Kun-soo is just going through the final words to his side. Al Gharafa. Esteghlal currently 10th in the Persian Pro League. Mind you, it's only 3 games in with 4 points. 1 win, 1 draw and 1 defeat. Their current record. They at the weekend lost the derby to Esteghlal Khuzestan by a 1-0. but moments away now. Match day 1. The tone for the Division West for these two sides could well and truly be set early on here. Manning blows the whistle and we're off here. So does Stanu with the long ball forward. Looking down on this near side for the breakout run by Ahmad Al-Ghanehi. It's an early chance. You see the pitch, and I only want to draw it to your attention. It's quite, as I say, it's quite tufty. It's not the well-manicured sort of inch-and-a-half length grass you may see on other games. You're going to have to make sure your passes get here on this pitch. That is what I would say for you for now. Straight away round the corner. Zovia Niknafs brought into the side today. Plays it against its opposite number. Javad Nakunum, head coach for Esteghlal. Appointed in 2023. 149 caps he made for Iran at central midfield with 38 goals, and Pedro Martins. Just one Portuguese cap for him, but a pretty solid 358 league games with Fiorense and Sporting. He's been in since 2022. Well, the game's going to settle down slowly and surely. Islami looking for the overlap. Islami's got another chance here if the play on goes on. This time it's turned away by Sanu. He's gone down, a collision off the ball here. Ramin Rezayan. Really seemed to feel a little bit of a coming together there. Not sure it was malicious in any sort of intent, but enough to send the fullback to the ground. It appears to be okay. And we're back in action now. Fala turns it back inside to Niknafs. Niknafs with the crossfield ball. Strong header away this time by Sanu. Rafael da Silva down the line. Picks out Rezayan. Gharafa a little bit quick with their clearance, but it was a nice little turn in the middle of the park. Strong challenge coming back as well. Salman Fala got in and won it back really well. Already catching my eye with his quality on the ball. Fajani Sassi wearing the 31, just on the centre spot. Just seems to bring a little bit of calm. Your commentator likes to find people that are going to dictate things, and he's one already that I've got my eye on. He's playing just off of Oslo at the top of the park. Anyway, near side. Fala down the line. Little turn inside by Zakirpur. Sharipov. Marshall again. It's going to be the cross by Zakirpur. It's a very long and deep one, as you can see. Dealt with fairly handily on the far side by Florin Alcoman. Well, there's a good pace about the game, and there's a good energy inside the stadium. And it's been a bright and breezy start. There's Ayan. Oh, my word, what an own goal that is. That is the most unfortunate own goal I've seen in a long time. Abdullah Silva Katim has just seen it hit the base of his legs, and he's popped it past his keeper, Khalifa Ndai, for 1-0 inside 5 minutes. Well, you'll hear many, many cliches in football. You got to put it in the mixer to see if you can get a goal, and that was exactly it. Defender just literally running back to his own goal. It comes down and drops, and the redirect straight into the back of his own net. Just look at the man at the bottom here, just checking the run of Niknafs. Or have I done him a disservice? Has the man just nipped in front of him? Is that an excellent finish? Can't see from there. The two go together. The body language said to me, oh no, it's definitely an own goal. I called it right first time. Abdullah Surakatim has really been unfortunate. He'd actually let his man run across him. I think that's almost put a bit of fright on him, and he stopped and he just used the outside of his right knee to bury it past the keeper. Well, Gharafa would not have wanted that. Esteghlal will be over the moon. And now it's going to be tails up, and the momentum swinging firmly with the home side. Milad Zakipur is going to be the man. Mohamed Hussein Islami is wandering all over the field of play for Esteghlal at the moment in the trio behind Gustavo Blanco. Zakipur with a throw. Now over the head and away by Asim Madibo. And Soviet McNaps just turns it all the way back to Hussein Husseini. I mentioned at the start of the game, and I don't want to dwell on the point, that the pitch is, by normal standards, a little bit fluffier. I've noticed that Esteghlal are generally moving the ball quicker. Islami, crossfield ball by Chesmi. Big header away this time at the back. Nice nip in this time by Seydou Sano. On the drive, Rafael da Silva goes to meet him. Sano's got the pace. Good body work there by Rafael da Silva. Just got himself across the line of the ball. And there's no nonsense from himself now. Just dumps it long. Just fancy if that could be a tactic in this game. Play it, keep possession where possible, but try and spring with a 40-yard ball from defence to attack. Jaloluddin Masharapov there. And Ramin Rezaian coming together, feeling his foot there as he took that throw. Rafael, what a long crossfield ball. Easily headed away by the unfortunate Surakatim. Masharapov. Big diagonal again taking the pitch out of it. Well, I think Seydou Sano may well get a yellow card here. You can normally tell from body shapes who is who. Sano gets the yellow card, and Ramin Rezaian, pain threshold looks to be quite low. Field commentator. And few words being said there by Asim Madibo. It is concerning from my point of view that inside 8 minutes, Ramin Rezaian has really been in the wars. Manning was in a game I covered last week between Kuwait and Iran. Iraq, I apologise, and I thought he handled it very well, and I think he's going to have to be pretty much on the ball again today. In fairness, looking at it, the highness of the leg there from Seydou Sano is always likely to cause a free kick. Good call there by Mane. But there's IRN to take this free kick. Not a bad ball in. Strong header away inside by Matheus Nani. Referee has spotted an infringement. Gharafa, unfortunate in terms of the way the goal was scored. And goal from Abdullah Cyril Katim. Khalifa Ndiaye. Strong ball up, this time brought down by Gharafa. Got himself in a bit of trouble there. This is all about finding the ball out of play. He's kept it in well. Blanco Listru gets it back. Ignace with a very, very strong challenge there, and well worth it. Brought into the side today. Zubiet. Ignace in replacement to Kakuta of all people. What's the delay is all about. Somebody receiving treatment just in the middle of the park. Hussein Husseini with Rouzbet Chesmi alongside him, but he elects to come near side to Saman Fala. Got a great ball out by Fala, easy cut out. Gharafa on the attack. Nice break on this near side. Can they get the cross in? That's the main thing. A little too strong, but well worked. Just didn't quite come up ultimately. Set up the team. Get back from Sassi. Sassi with the cross in, doesn't get it way too far. Diaz. Lovely skills by Sassi again. Can he sort out his man down this near side? Well, he's done very well to ride the first challenge. The fullback's great, the volley's good. Rafael da Silva has been hit from close proximity. They're screaming at him. Hosselu says he's used the hands. But I would like to know, I would say that's 100th of a second between strike and arm. I don't think there's really much that anybody could do to get out of the way of that. Ignace is down. Holding the back, as you can see, of his right leg. This is the incident. Arm across his body, never going to be a handball. Rafael da Silva. I think if it had been his left arm, which was away from his body, it might have been different. Well, the Iranian player brought into the side from the game on Saturday, where they lost to Esteghlal Khuzestan by 1-0. Rather early on, just the one goal separates the two sides. Esteghlal cross in by Ramin Rezaian. He's turned into his own net by the returning right back Abdullah Cyril Katim. It hit him on the knee and flew past Khalifa Ndiaye to give the Iranian side the lead against Gharafa. Javed Nakunam looks across his opposite number. Would be a concern, but you fancy it would be a straight swap for Gael Kakuta, as that was the one beforehand. But Sylvia is back on his feet. First corner of the match, and sort this one out. Florinal Coman to swing it in. Manning is keeping an eye on Nani and Raphael, amongst many, many others. Osulu causing what's mayhem in there, isn't it? You'll do well with this one, referee Manning. You're going to have to look everywhere. Lifted in, keeper's come a long way. Good punch away. Still, that well, the referee has seen an infringement, one of many, no doubt. Well, I've just seen that like you. You've got to pick maybe 2 or 3 there. Nani is there with the silver. Put myself in that position as a referee. When you see indiscriminate scrimmaging inside the penalty area, sometimes it's quicker to get the ball away and blow for a foul. Here's a Sassi. Osulu. Little back flick, rather nice in fairness. Koeman. Turned around by Rezaian. Koeman wins it back. Koeman delivers. Osulu the target. Headed away inside there by Spala. The kick is blown. Well, we're into the 17th minute. Your commentator uses the word lively to describe this match day 1 game between Esteghlal and Al-Gharafa. Always nice on these early games to get a little bit of freedom football. But I mean, Rezaian is really been in the wars in this first 15 or 16 minutes. Obviously fell awkward on that bandaged left wrist this time. Chesney is going to take this free kick. Chesney lifts it up the target. Blanco Leshuk. Hassim Madiba. Bit of skill, a little bit errant with the ball forward. Easily headed away by Raphael. And this time, Sano goes down, picks himself up and wins the ball back. What a rangy left back, has to be said. Saidou Sano. The only yellow card in the game so far. That man in your picture has got to stamp a little bit of authority, you fancy. Ferjani Sassi wearing the 31 for Al-Gharafa. Far side. Not the greatest ball. Didn't have lost out. Real strong challenge. Al-Gharafa trying with Koeman. Koeman gets it inside. Sassi back to Nani. Chesney with the sliding challenge. He's got to pick a pass and ends up going back to his keeper. I think you're going to find this is going to go right to the 90 minutes. Because it's fairly lively from Al-Gharafa. Stung by that obvious conceding of a goal early on inside 5 minutes. Masharipov sets it back. Well, wasn't a bad ball back as well. Masharipov's through again on his left foot, bundled to the floor. Yang Hyun-soo is the man who's bundled 2 to the floor. Well, that was I would just say it was a little physical inside your own penalty area. Khalifa Ndiaye, sadly, has just picked the wrong club out of the bag there. Needed to get the driver out, but lofted it somewhat with a Sam wedge if you're into golf, you know what I mean. Milad Zakipor. Try and launch it in. His target will be Gustavo Blanco Leshuk at the top of the park. Rafael da Silva makes his way forward as well. Goes short. Going to get another chance here, Zakipor. Well worked. Can he get the cross? And he does so. Oh. Jang Houston gets it away. Danger not averted, though, at the moment, because Nick Nafs will play it far side. Raphael down the line. Cross in the far corner. In it comes. Oh, my word. Khalifa Ndiaye has literally dropped it straight onto the foot of the centre forward, Blanco Leshuk. And it's just hit it. This is a little look back at the very strong challenging by Diaz. He's really working incredibly hard to get the ball away. He's just won the ball there. It's a little bit of a physical challenge. This is the one that you need a strong referee for. Fabricio Diaz. His manager won't want the hands-on approach, maybe inside his own 18-yard box. Raphael. This time it's Sano. Spin for Koeman. Koeman trying to get inside. Chesney does so. Oh, it's a lazy leg from Chesney. Ball just sort of off the foot, just tends to die away in the pass and slows up. Blanco Leshuk. There's IRN. This is a good break. Masharipov trying to go in. Siral Katim is the man that gets the ball away. Good defensive work there by the Al Gharafa right back. Well, we've had virtually 22 minutes of this first 45. It's fairly evident to your commentator that the Iranian side do possess. I'm still looking at that and I can't quite believe what I saw at that point. We're back in play here. Blanco Leshuk wouldn't know if he's got a chance again if he can feed it back. At the moment, it's not the greatest defensive display from Al Gharafa, and I have to say that nervousness spreads from the back, and Khalifa Ndiaye in goal would have set the heebie-jeebies in his back four in front of it. Heebie-jeebies, another word for worries. First corner of the match for Esteghlal. Masharipov will take it. They'll pull it away from goal. He's got some targets there to go for as well. Rafael da Silva. Ruzva Chesney as well. The two centre-halves are up. Rafael da Silva allowed to run in. Seydou Sano is the man tasked with marking him. And that's without the centre-forward on the front post. Gustavo Blanco Leshuk. Jalaluddin. Well, I'm at a loss for words there. That pass was superbly carried out, executed. Not a training ground move, but he's passed it to the opposition. Anyway, Rafael da Silva gets it down. Drilled crossfield ball. Masharipov trying to get outside of Sano. Blocked by Sano. Rezaian. Masharipov. Into the feet. Rezaian again with a cross. Khalifa Ndiaye with the attempted clearance. And in the end, the shot by Zaki Port is blocked. All of a sudden, Al Gharafa not looking very settled. Maybe they are a little stretched. I did mention their captain Vajani Sassi needs to get onto the football. Where's the 31? But at the moment has seen very little of the ball to affect it. Hosselu beaten in the air there by Chesney. Fala. Rafael da Silva. Zobia Nick Nafs. Rafael da Silva again. It's going to be a ball down the channel. Running in behind. Gustavo Blanco. Run off his body. His best chance of the match came from the keeper that has the ball now. Dropped it right onto his knee. Jiang Hyung-soo. Madibo. Diaz trying to make things happen. 29 for Al Gharafa, just trying to run into space and help out. That's in Madibo as well, but it's all one a good picking the ball up in between your two centre halves, but you need a forward ball. Diaz is the ball. Sassy back to Madibo. This is a triangle, as you can see, still in their own half. Here's an opening. Can they get away down this near side? Sidral Katim goes back to Hyun-soo, Jang Hyun-soo. And again, we're back with Madibo. Maybe a time of foot on the ball might just help Al Gharafa. I've seen Madibo trying to find Sassy, cut out in the middle of the park. Mauricio Diaz. Well, that's not really going to give Al Gharafa much to believe in if you're playing up front as a lone furrow run-up in Joselu, who is the wrong side of 30. Nothing wrong with that. But you're not going to want to chase lost causes into channels like that. Former Real Madrid man. Sano with the header. Koeman helps it on. Sassy, lovely skills. Just can't get away from the close attention there of Rafael da Silva. Nick Nafs. There's IRN. Sidral Katim. Bit of a collision, I think. Both players have winded there. Sidral Katim. And a fairly thumping collision with Milad Zakipor. I have to say that the just getting a replay, it was outside the area, but Ronald Koeman went over a lazy leg, and I think he went over a leg as opposed to a leg making him go over, just on that replay. Andre Martins trying to make a little subtle change if he can. Another knee bandage on there for Jang Hyun-soo, the centre half, playing on the right side at the back. And Zobia Nignafs showing us a new fashion to creeping into the world of football. Show as much thigh as you can, relevant to the 1980 shorts of yesteryear. We've gone over the socks over the knees, and now we're into the showish your thighs. Sassy with the ball down the channel. Good break, lovely little cross in fairness by Al-Ghanai. Tied it up nicely on the far side. Hussein Husseini will roll it out to Ramin Rezaian. And again, look, they take the pitch out, they go for the zone. Nani's got to get across. Up against Mohamed Hussein Islami. Really is instrumental, the right back, isn't he? Giving him, he's been in the walls a bit. Rezaian. Sharipov. Nicely laid off this time by Ndong to Zakipor. Didier Ndong again. Right foot, right thought, wrong execution ultimately of the shot. Into the 30th minute, still that goal after 5 minutes, the own goal. Ramin Rezaian's cross coming over and running back towards his own goal. Abdullah Sidral Katim just hit his right knee and buried it past his own keeper, Khalifa Ndai. And that separates the two sides. But it's an interesting game. Sassy wants to pick a pass. Hostelu's the target. No, he's gone over the top for Koeman. Koeman! Well, has to be dealt with there by the captain, Hussein Husseini. just enough there for any Al Gharafa fans to think, well, we're going to do it. But it's Sassi that I think is going to be a key player. Strong challenge going in by Madibo. There's IRN, takes a throw. Shadow pop, beaten to the ball by Diaz. Hosselu lay off, Koeman the target in behind, but that will stop, and that's a little bit given up too easy there. Koeman tries to pick a ball up, this time it is Chesney that clears with the header. But exactly what I said about the depth of the tuft of grass. That ball, once it started hitting the pitch, the pace was taken off. It's just a little long. So you've got to make sure your passes get there. Jang Hyun-soo, near side, Cyril Khatib. Yes, he played in the end on this near side by Al Ghanai, but they've lost out. Al Ghanai is going to see a yellow card. A little bit of frustration. Franco Leschuk. In fairness for a centre forward, I think Al Ghanai, who would have got back in plenty of time to get the other side of him, didn't need to do that. It's rather a needless yellow card by Ahmad Al Ghanai. Silva is up again. Chesney is up. Blanco Leshuk is up as well. Salman Fowler is up as well. Sakipur to deliver. Keeper this time. Khalifa Ndai catches safely. Frajani Sassi. Knocks the wall on Saidu Sanu. Fabricio Diaz now. Sanu continues his run. Chips the ball in. Hoslu's the target. Good win by Hoslu. Good defensive header in fairness. He's managed to pick up Rouzbek Chesney. Now again, carrying the ball forward. Real chance again is Lamy. Blanco Leshuk, nice forward play. Zakipur. Space to run at the full-back. And Dong with the ball forward. A little bit untidy. And again, the right back, Ramin Rezaian. He likes to go forward, really does like to attack, and that's a bit of a problem for Saidu Sanu. He's on a yellow card. Gharafa still believe they've got to try and go through the centre and find the feeder for Jari Sassi, because he'll make it happen, I think. Cyril Al-Khatib. Good touch by Madibo. For Jani Sassi, sweet ball. Couldn't be helped on by Diaz though, and Silva gets it forward for Esteghlal. Well, the referee has given a free kick. Captain there for Jani Sassi. It is a foul. I think there's what I would call an obstruction more than an impact. Sassi wasn't too impressed. Rafael de Silva with the crossfield ball. Zakipur just keeps it in play. Undong. Nick Naps. Fala all the way back to Hosseini. He just watched his head up, needed to be maybe a little bit quicker off the mark. Ndong. Salman Fala, no real pressure. Long time in the air, allowed Seydou Sanou to get his header on it. Xavier Nicknafs, Rafael da Silva, what can he do? Picks a nice pass out, to be fair. Nice spin, real chance here now. Masharip up one side. Pretty sure there may be a few words said when this ball goes dead, because that wasn't the right option. Al Ghanai for Jani Sassi, Hoslu in the middle. Good block in the end by Rusba Shesmi. The elect of a shot further up the field of play, and suddenly they're defending a corner. Islami, the man, you saw him just wave his arm out to say sorry. Wrong decision. Decision making, massive word by managers. And it's the consistency of decisions that they look for. Corner swung in, head away by Blanco Leshuk. Ball is finally hacked away. Gustavo Blanco Leshuk halted in his tracks there by Sirar Katim. Zubiat, Nicknafs trying to go around the outside. It's done very, very well. That's going to be a corner, I think. But then again, Marnin's a lot closer than I am. Madibo, Sirar Katim. Al-Ghanai. That's a sort of lone figure, doesn't he? The man with 80 on his back for Al Gharafa. Looks like one of those players that's anything facing his own goal doesn't really fancy it, but anything facing the opposition goal, you might see a different player altogether. Farjani Sassi. Abdullah Sirar-Katim, the only goal scorer of the game, unfortunately through his own net on 5 minutes. Zhang Kyung-soo next to go long, and again it's easy pickings really for the rear guard of Esteghlal, just to see it at a play. See from your television pictures just how deep the grass is. You almost want to get your boots with a little bit of tread on the front just to check the ball, because if it does, it will check on this turf. It really will pitch. Zaki Port dispossessed by Diaz, but wins it back. Nassim Madibo does well. It's got to find a pass now. Diaz can't do anything with it, and Dong loses out. Koman trying to find Hossalu. Maybe he would have been better off just trying to find his captain. He's just about 10 yards behind him. Seydou Sanou has decided that he's going to try and aim for the penalty spot. Put a bit of pressure on the back four of Esteghlal. Sanou launches it. Farjani tries to get there, but it's pretty easy for Esteghlal to deal with. Zhang Kyung-soo, that's a pretty big header there by Mateus Nane, but it did the job. The assumption in the 40th minute. Esteghlal have been given a fortunate lead, but you wouldn't dispute that they have possibly been the more threatening side in this first half. The visitors have yet to really trouble Hussein Husseini, the man with the ball at his feet right now. Headed away, referee Manning looking at Nani with the long header forward. Bouzouasheshmi gets it down, put under pressure. One-man press, that's a nice one going in there, this time by Madibo. Ferjani Sassi wants to flick it on, couldn't quite get the flick on, had a chance there to set in Hosselu, who was trying to get round the back. Sakipur down the line. Masharipov. Undong, Masharipov again. Got options. Rezaian. Faced by Sanu. Run out of ideas. And in the end, Mateus Nani heads a ball and clears it as well. Madibo, Fabricio Diaz. Lovely ball, bit of space here. Lovely break by Hosselu. Faced by Samanfala. Hosselu. Well, he waited for the run. Ball wasn't good enough there in the end by Alganay. That's not a bad effort, is it? Well, Ferjani Sassi has chipped the ball onto the roof of the net from fully 30 yards. And at first, as it left his boot, I'm thinking that's high and over the bar. It's just dipped over the crossbar, caught your commentator out, but didn't catch out the Esteghlal keeper, Hussein Hassini. He had it covered. That's what I spotted with Ferjani Sassi. There's a little bit of class in there, and I think if Al Gharafa fans need to do anything, they need to just keep playing the ball through him. Sakipur. Samanfala. Time and space. Moving into that period of time. Lovely flick there by Blanco Leshuk. Sakipur's through. Back to the centre forward, Gustavo. And in the end, the challenge coming in by Jang Hyun-soo. Deflects it wide for the corner. And in a game which is pretty tight, you have to say that just looks like the bigger threat does come from Esteghlal into the final third. Gharafa, though, not out of this by any stroke of the imagination. Ramin Rezaian in the 43rd minute with the corner. That's to go short. Islami back to Rezaian. Big header away by Sano. Moving now back into that time where it's extremely hurtful should you concede, and an absolute boost beyond all imagination should you score late on here in the first half. Rafael chips it down, looking for Gustavo Blanco Leshuk. Cleared, as you can see. Well, the managers will now be formulated in their own minds exactly what they want to talk about. And I think they have different mindsets for the pair of them. Islami tries to get away. He has got away. Got right down there. Wriggled like a fish on a hook down that touchline. And maybe run out of just a little bit of a look. Had a chance to get the ball in the penalty area. Djevat Nakuna. He'll want his side to continue what they're doing, but obviously get the ball in the back of the onion bag for a second goal and breathing space. Whilst Pedro Martin will be urging his side to find the right pass at the right time. And their playmaker is pretty much their captain, Ferjani Sassi. Just a little mazy run there by Mohamed Hussein Islami. Into the final regulation minute of the first half. Soon see how many minutes will be added on. Jang Hyun-soo, Mateus Nani, Ferjani Sassi. Madibo. Now, can he find the right pass? Gone for the ball over the top. Was asking too much there. A little too straight. Hosselu think would have fancied it into his body instead of over the top. Ramin Rezaian with the long ball forward. Jang, lovely first time ball. Diaz, Sassi that was. Koman, Hosselu gets onto the football now. Fajani Sassi. Real chance here, Hosselu, first touch. Well, you'd expect more. Ruzba Cheshmi came out, and now the break is on. It's 1 against 1. He's literally on his own on this near side. Masharipov does well to hold it up. Nick Nafs and Saman Fala. We've got 4 additional minutes in the first half. Gharafa just causing a little consternation in the defence of Esteghlal just moments ago. Kelly Van Dijk. Chang Hyung-soo. There's Nani. Sano is an option. Nani elects for the left to right. Really gave his man no chance there. Ahmed El Ganahi. Pedro Martins, there'll be a whirl of things going through his head as this first half draws to its conclusion. Does he buoy his side? Does he go in and say, build them up and say where you are? It's just an own goal that is literally separating the two sides and you're away from home. Does he go in and read the riot act and try and drive his side for more? Interesting thoughts for him at the break. Maribo, Farjani, Koman. Sano on the overlap. Long ball in. It's going to be easy for Hussein Husseini to take it. Opposite number. Javad Nakunam. Well, he'll know that his side primarily are the better side on the field of play in the first 45 minutes. Does he put his arm around him and say more of the same? Or does he say, look, this isn't good enough? You know, you've had a lion's possession of the ball, territory, but we've really allowed the one goal to come from them, not us. I want to see more. Those questions and those tactical chats will go on. Zakipor near side. That's a swinging ball. Sano might have to just deal with it here. And it's Ayan Islami. Back to Rezaian. Good challenge there by Saidu Sano. I just think that man in your pitch has got to get on the ball more for Al Gharafa. Top surface is coming up quite easily on the pitch there, you can see. Rafael de Silva. Zovier, Nick Nafs, Rafael, Islami, Undong, Leshuk with the back heel, cleared by the Sri Lanka team, the right back. Well, you're watching the game as I am here. If I put myself in a blue shirt of the home side, I would just have a little bit of anxiety, thinking I need to see a bit of daylight. I need to just make sure we get ourselves a little bit of breathing space. And that would be worrying me as a home fan. If I'm an away fan, an Al Gharafa fan, I'm thinking we're doing okay. We're doing okay here. Nani with the long ball forward. Referee says that is enough. Two sides separated by a goal on 5 minutes, across by Ramin Rezaian. Foul against the right leg of Cyril Katim, the right back for Al Gharafa, as he went back towards his own goal and turned it in. That's the only goal of the game at the break here at the Shah Erkourt Stadium. 1-0 to Esteghlal over Al Gharafa. Hello and welcome back to this match day one game in the Western Division of the AFC Champions League Elite, where Esteghlal and Al Gharafa are meeting. 45 minutes to go in this game. There is a change for the side that are visiting Esteghlal here in the Shar El Khod Stadium in Tehran. Side Fadlala is the man that is coming on. Just waiting to see confirmation of who's gone off. The two sides separated by an own goal scored off the legs of Abdallah Silor-Khatib on 5 minutes. And it's the side in white. Oslu there stood next to our referee Manning as we wait for the home side to come out of the tunnel. Final few words being said by Javad Nakunam. Pedro Martins has made a change. Saeed Fadlala played a left back at the weekend, and he is on the field of play. Nice night here in Tehran. Home side still have yet to appear from the tunnel. As is the want of the world champion in boxing to make his opponent wait. The heavyweight in this clash of former winners of the AFC Cup back in 1970 and then again in 1991. And they make their way out, words ringing in their ears. Let's run through the sides as we can see them. Hussein Husseini in goal. Left to right to the back four for Esteghlal. Zakipor, Fala, Rafael de Silva, Razaian, and then Undong and Chesmi holding midfielders. Sharipov, Nick Navs, Eslami behind Gustavo Blanco. Just waiting for the change to be confirmed, but it is going to be Saif Fadlala who's going to play at left back. .45 to go. Manning. And we're off for the second half. Esteghlal, the home side in blue, lead by a goal to nil. Koman tries to get the ball down. Zayan plays it forward. It looks as though it's Abdullah Silor-Khatib that has been moved out for Sanu to go on the far side. The unfortunate recipient of the own goal in the first half. Sanu going to right back, and Saif Fadlala coming in at left back for Al Gharafa. Husseini, Chesmi, Fala lifts it forward. A little spurious. Jang Kyung-soo. His clearance goes straight to the feet of Esteghlal. They will now try and retain possession. Saman Fala. Crossfield ball. Saif Fadlala with his first touch. Koman with a layoff. Fadlala hasn't got a lot of options here. Has to hold the ball up, but has held it up long enough for the foot of Islami to put it out for a throw. Oslu's down the channel. Saif Fadlala with a throw in. Rafael de Silva with a header away. So Vieira, Nick Nafs clears it, and Mateus Nani puts the ball away on this near side. So a defensive change by Pedro Martin. As you see, meandering down in the technical area to the right of the halfway line in the bright yellow polo shirt. Been in the job since 2022. Osalu with a layoff. Fabricio Diaz. Chance here for Al Gharafa. Diaz again. Plays it against the legs of Chesney. Referee and the referee's assistant on the far side but concurred. And I have to say, with Diaz there, I don't really think the referee and the assistant knew too much about the double ricochet or triple ricochet. So I'm glad it's not me that made the final decision. As Fabricio Diaz was not impressed with it, let's say that. Let's just talk about the referee, Ma Ning, from the Chinese People's Republic, assisted by Xu Fei and Shang Cheng. The fourth official, Ying Yuan. And VAR is run by a man called Fu Min. Silly challenge in the middle of the fight by Diaz. Into the back of Sharapov. So Vieira. Yes. With the thighs. Rafael da Silva forward. Badlala. There's a man for Gianni Sassi. I think I want to see him on the ball more if I am a Al Gharafa fan. Rafael. There's IRN. But Gustavo Blanco Leshuk, who's a little give and go. So Vieira hits the back of the referee. Not a really good first touch, I have to say, by Ma Ning. Sort of bounced off his body a little too far there. Fala. Zakipur goes for the return. Nicely worked by Al Gharafa, but Sano gets the ball away quite quickly. Sharapov. Blanco Leshuk gets the free kick. In fairness, it looked a fairly uncomfortable looking challenge on the big strapping number 19. Al Gharafa surround the referee, but you can hear my thoughts there as I see it in slow motion. I don't think Zhang Kyun-Soo actually meant any malicious intent with that. Went for a ball that was bouncing, but ultimately paid the price, catching the man afterwards. But I mean, there's IRN. Supplied the cross in the first 5 minutes. But saw the substituted Abdullah Cyril Katim into the back of the net, unfortunately, for Al Gharafa. Well, they've tried to take the keeper on, but Khalifa Van Dijk shows a nice pair of hands to claim it. Madibo for Gianni Sassi. Good defensive work there by Esteghlal off the ball, got themselves back in shape really quickly, which thwarted the chance of Gianni Sassi, who's got deeper in this second half, and I would say almost in an attempt to try and be more of a playmaker. That's Madibo with a very strong challenge, gets a yellow card for it. Oh, Manning's not happy at all. That's Madibo being told not to talk. I have to say that, as authoritative as Manning was there, it was quite aggressive. I know Madibo was saying a few words, but just felt it's a challenge, it's a foul, that's correct. Madibo's wrong in showing dissent, but it's this next sprint And then the towering over Asim Madibo that I don't think is befitting of a referee, if I can be honest with you. But Manning's the man in charge and done the business well. Koeman, Bossalou. Challenge came in really stamped in there by Chesney. Chesney gets himself a yellow card. Just a feeling at the moment as though the little undercurrent of niggle is getting to most of the players on the pitch. Fairness for Rouzbeh Chesney, I think the ball was there to be touched. It seemed to be a long, languid touch by Bossalou. As we know, can be suckered in sometimes as a player to making a challenge for a ball. Getting caught out. I think Chesney made an authentic attempt to get the ball, but Oslo saw the impending challenge. He just took that touch before the damage was made. Matthias Nani. Save Fadlala. Gharafa's record against Iranian sides away from home. The 4 times they've played in Champions League football against Iranian sides, they've lost all 4 away from home. They're currently losing by 1-0 here, and we're hoping to break that record. Xavier Niknas. Sharipov held the ball up, but ultimately puts it out of play. Originally started left back, now right back. Seydou Sanu with the throw. Well, a subtle alteration for Al Gharafa hasn't really borne any fruits at the moment. Little crit ball in. Leshuk was up. It's going to be a corner. And again, it is Esteghlal that carry the more threat, you feel, in the final third. The home fans suitably raising the tempo inside the Shah-e-Khot stadium here. There's IRN about to whip this away from goal. Good round the corner. Salman Fala into the body of Nani, who just clears it up to the halfway line. Hussein Hosseini. It's a nice pass that as well, says Esteghlal on their way. Masharipov couldn't get the 1-2 from Ndong, just hit his own leg, Ndong, with the first touch. Well, a little bit of work needed from Al Gharafa, because I think it's evident to say that Bossalou needs the ball into his body when he has his back to goal. Certainly not played over the top for him to run and spin. I think those days of Bossalou running and spinning a little way behind him, so the players should realise where they need to play it for him. Diaz. Nani. Fadlala. Diaz again. Options is only Maribo out to his right-hand side, who he finds the other defensive midfielder. Nani, Saif Fadlala. The game plan from Al Gharafa looks at the moment as though they want to retain the ball and maybe get themselves a set piece. I don't know, but lack of penetration up top. Sakifor went through Seydou Sanu, but the throw was given. after coming together, according to the officials on the field of play. Sanu. Gharafa, well, from a throw level with the 18-yard box of Esteghlal, they've ended up back in their own half. Nani. Sanu would be the target. Shallow put, Zaki Port. Got to be some changes afoot, and Diaz doesn't like the look of the number that's gone up, and it is Diaz that is going off. Brought back into the side today, but he's going to be changed by Jamal Hamad Mayor. Jamal Ahmed comes on in the first change, but a second change I have to say for Gharafa. They may have to make another, as Khalifa Ndiaye literally cleaned out his own centre half there. Mateus Nani. Well, Jamal Hamad maybe a little more attack-minded for Gharafa than maybe Fabricio Diaz, but fairness to Fabricio Diaz, he was pretty industrious in the middle of the park. Is currently surrounded by Gharafa players. Quite a collision, little easing of the player in front of him by Gustavo Blanco Lechuk. Now. Interesting to see at which point, as we make the 60-minute mark in the game, do Esteghlal sort of start to go a little deeper and conserve what they got. Okay, he's gone down in a heap off the field of play, but suddenly when he doesn't get a free kick, fairly lively back to his feet. Young man there, Ahmed El Ghanai, doing himself a great deal of favours there, because when he found he didn't get the free kick and then sprang to his feet like a three-year-old, I think Marnin would have just looked at him and said, "You've answered your own question, sir." Sanu. Mateus Nani has lost out because the ball never got there. And Gustavo Blanco Lechuk with a shot. But again, a call into the psyche, the way the ball doesn't run on this pitch. Just a little bit of a thick, cropped grass here. Jamal Hamad was the man that tried to run through on that long ball forward, but it was never really favourite to get there. Just takes the sting out of it. You've really got to get your passes to the player, because it will just take any pace out of the roll of the football. The lush turf down below us. Fadlala too strong on Mohammed Hussein Islami. I think that image you can see there shows the grass that's coming up. Top surface is just picking up in places. That's in Madibo. Looks like a little warrior in the middle of half Gharafa, trying to organise things. Ramin Rezaian with his free kick. Running, just making sure that he has an eye on Rafael da Silva, who's just doing his shoelaces up, and Mateus Nani. Lifted in towards it. It's a first-time effort, and it wasn't a bad ball in. Saman Fala was the man that got on to the end of it. Couldn't direct it goalwards. They may have had a shout for saying that that came off of Saif Fadlala. I think he might have been right as well. There's a man with the benefit of 3 or 4 replays to make that decision, and the referee has to make it pretty much on the spot. Koeman trying to run in behind Rafael da Silva. Jamal Hamed working hard, but that's great work by Undong. Mateus Nani's got to get there. The ball back might not get there. Well, Khalifa Ndai did what he needed to do, which was clear the football. But part of me, if I was his defender in front of him, would have thought you could have picked that up. Jang Kyun-soo, Yassin Madibo, Saif Fadlala. Just a little moment there when the right back actually got the ball. He was looking for an option forward and then dwelt on the football, and that often means, you know, he's slow to find a pass, but there's nothing moving in front of him, and Seydou Sano is down, which is a little bit sore, but the free kick has been given. Yeah, Maris Sharipov mistook the white of the ball for the white of the kit. Hossalu 2 yards beyond the Esteghlal rear guard, looking for them to drop as the free kick is knocked in. Gustavo Blanco Lechuk with the header away. The big forward has been very effective inside his own penalty area doing defensive headers. Al Gharafa in possibly the most promising position they've had for a while. Time is of the essence, you fancy, for the side from Qatar. Sanu with the throw-in. Big header in away. Excellent toe in the middle of the park as well by Islami, just to get it back and force Al Gharafa back to the halfway line. Nani looking for Seydou Sanu. And a little too strong that time. So these two met in 2010 in the Champions League. The home tie was won by Esteghlal by 3-0. The away leg 1 apiece. And Dong with a slightly misplaced ball. Salman Fala first to it though. Zakipur comes forward. Masharipov is the option. That's in. Looking for the overlap now from Zakipur. Oh, he's managed to get a decent cross and dig one out. Falls nicely on this near side. Shot goes in through the legs there. Made Khalifa Ndai save it. And it was the right wing back Ramin Rezaian who got the shot off. Pedro Martin. Where's his thought process now? Is he thinking, right, we're into the final 23 minutes. We're still in with a squeaker trying to find one. But Janius Sassi is caught in possession. Good work by Gustavo Blanco-Lechuk. But again, Lindong just takes his time. Nice hole found by Masharipov. Porter wanted the overlapping ball, but slapped his thigh when he realised he wasn't going to get it. Rafael da Silva under pressure from Koeman. Uzbek Shesmi showing good feet. Haribo a little too easy given up there. The ball inside will find Jalodidin. Masharipov, who shot. It's dragged across the face of Khalifa Ndai's goal. Nani carries the ball forward for Al Gharafa. Adlala gets it back from Jamal Hamed. Dispossessed by Zobier. Nick Nafs. Farjani Sassi, can he conjure something up? Hoslu has been actually anonymous up front. It's the target. Koeman with a header. Hoslu. Well, Masharipov just wanted the ball. And the man from Madrid, we would like to think should show maybe a little bit more desire. Maybe the same desire as his captain, Farjani Sassi, who maybe showed a little too much exuberance in the challenge. On Masharipov. Shesmi. Islami, well, that's a quick yellow card. Al-Ghanaiyu was the man that was dragged back. Well, talk about managing football games. We're into the final 20 regulation minutes. And Esteghlal are just starting to make it a wee bit hard for themselves at the moment. Well, Nevar Nakunum does not want the change to make. Jalali is about to come on. Saki Porter goes off. Uncle Fazl Jalali straight over. Koeman with a free kick. Hangs it up. Never really any thrust in that from Mateus Nani. Zaki Porter just has a word with his captain as he walks behind the goal. Same, he knocks it long. Headed away by Nani. Al-Ghanaiyu. Back to Khalifa Ndai. Zhang Yun-Su. That's Madibo. Headed away by Salman Fala. Picked up by Seydou Sano, but the ball forward. Good enough to find Jamal Hamed. Serbia that's with the ball forward, and his manager won't be too impressed with that. Jeva Nakunum, he'll want his side to control the football more. Many managers will tell you when you're standing on the touchline that sides go deeper and deeper when they really shouldn't. And it's nothing to do with a phase of play or what the manager wants them to do. It's just a natural propensity to do that. There's going to be a couple of changes as we see coming on. Mohamed Muntari is going to come on. And he is going to... Al-Ghanehi will go off. So, attacking changes. Florian Koeman coming off as well. And Musafi coming on as well. Well, Hosselu still remains there. Muntari goes one side, Musafi will go the other side. Muntari, Madibo taken off his toes by Ndong. Sharipov looking for the overlapping run on the far side. It's not a bad ball as well. Substitute Jalali couldn't quite get this. Seydou Sanu gets the ball away. And for the first time, Hosselu's interception. Oh, nicely, but the man that's just come on, Muntari, was dispossessed rather easily. Good work by Esteghlal. Sanu wants to take the throw, not going to be allowed to. Jalali, you're in time, Seydou. Well, you're very close to delaying a restart there. The right back wearing 42. Jalali, ball into the box. Yun-Su with the clearance. Fala. All of a sudden the game just feels a little stretched here. Jalali, can he get there? Just doesn't have enough check on the ball forward to allow the fullback to get there. For Gianni Sassi, there was a man that I thought could be the catalyst for most things for Al Gharafa. He's been fairly quiet after a bright opening. Masharipov. Options inside. Masharipov drives. Clips it back. Cleared awkwardly by Fadlala. Turned on by Jamal Hamed. Musafi. Muntari. Stepped into nicely by Shezmi. Jalali does well. Just drags the players to him. As it stands, it's an O goal that separates the side, but if you've witnessed the 77 minutes that we've had here, it has been Esteghlal, the better side, in my humble opinion, without creating too many chances, but they do possess or carry more threat. Al Gharafa flattered to deceive, knowing at the start that they've got the Real Madrid man Hosselu, former Premier League man up front, Newcastle and Stoke player back in the day. And have yet to really get the ball into him with any degree of work. Islami makes his way off. And he is going to be replaced by Murdad. Good header there by Jang Kyung-soo. Hurt himself in the process. Got a heavily strapped right knee. Undong. Soviet Nick Nafs picks a nice pass out. The man that's just come on, Murdad. Taking on Fadlala. Murdad wants it back on his opposite foot. Sharifov. Soviet Nick Nafs. Murdad. Options left-hand side he really wants, but does get one in the end by Saman Fala, but tempo sort of just dropped off of the attack here by Esteghlal. Rafael de Silva. Rezaian. Strong challenge by Madiba. Rezaian. Lovely nutmeg past Nani. Rezaian. Low. It's in. It's under the arms of Khalifa Ndai. And the man that supplied the cross for the first goal supplies the finish to give Esteghlal breathing space here in the 79th minute. Rezaian, well, the nutmeg on Nani gave him the space. And I really thought when he drove it goalwards that Khalifa Ndai had a strong enough right arm to stop it, but it went through him. And Ramid Rezaian has sent the crowd that's inside the Shah Al Khad Stadium into raptures. That looks game, set and match as we approach the 80th minute of the game. From the first moment in this game, he has been involved in many things on the field of play. He gets a lovely hug from his coach, Jevat Nakunum. Lovely nutmegs on Nani. And then the right foot shot across the face of goal. Khalifa Ndai. Well, he hasn't really covered himself in glory there, from my point of view. And I thought he may well have saved the ball, but the pace of the shot and the power of the shot was too much for the tall goalkeeper. Esteghlal 2, Al Gharafa 0. For Gianni Sassu. And Hosselu with a wild shot high over the crossbar. Husseini in goal. Sends his fellow countryman and players and teammates forward. Jalali with the header on. Gustavo Blanco Leshuk back to Xavier Nick Nafs, now out on the far side. Sharipov, Nick Nafs. Lovely crossfield ball as well. Rezaian brings it down beautifully. Murdad. Chance again. Can he find the ball into the box? A little deflection on that. It's going to be a corner. Fadala's toe just doing the damage. Quite a bouncy atmosphere now in the Shah Al Khad Stadium. They knew that the second goal in this game was very important. And they got it just moments ago on 79. Jalali with a corner. Khalifa Ndai with a punch away. Masharipov wins it back. Real chance to put it in again. Lovely ball across. Chance here for Murdad. Fires a shot in, good block this time. Montari, the man that got the block in. Shamal Hamad. Montari's ball, not with the greatest looking pass to Kyung-soo. Asim Madibo. A couple of changes we can see down below us there. Rezavan and Gael Kakuta coming on. Just to obviously block a few holes up to see this game out. It will be about managing it, you feel now. Saif Fadlal's chest is too easy for Murdad. Murdad up to Blanco Leshuk. Dropped. Referee wave play on. Crossfield ball. Masharipov's got support here. Jalali's behind him. Jalali into the box. Right foot swing up. Blocked this time by Busafi. Masharipov. Jalali urged to go around the side. That's the cross in. Asim Madibo not with the greatest one. Blanco. Well, he's had a shot from an acute angle. Worked very, very hard. Gustavo Blanco Leshuk at the top of the park. It's quite an ageing side, I would say, as Gael Kakuta comes on. And he is going to replace Zubier Nignavs. Gharafa will make it 5 visits to Iran in the AFC Champions League. 5 defeats. Sharipov is also left the field of play to be replaced by number 88 in the middle of the park, Rezavan. Well, Hussein Husseini under pressure, but from his own defenders there for that cross. Murdad slips in trying to get that ball away. Mateus Nani. Oh, no look past there. Rezayan enjoying himself. A goal and an assist. Jalali strolls onto this one. Busafi meets him. Rezavan gives him an option. And Dong. All of a sudden there's a lot more relaxation coming from Esteghlal. They've done the job they were expected to do. It's a little bit nervy, to say the least, or we could say making heavy weather of it. Just the own goal on 5 minutes. But as Ayan's cross turned into his own net by Sidol Katim. Well, that goal on 79 minutes by Ramin Rezayan is the one that's given them the comfort of moving into the final few moments with breathing space. Pedro Martins outside his technical area down below in the yellow polo shirt. Not a happy chappy, I would have to say, with that sort of gesticulation going on. I was talking to a cohort about the amount of money played to big stars in the Saudi leagues and how much money they were getting paid and the contracts, and he was lucky to have some inside information that said yes, they are being paid a lot of money, but they are very much performance related. Now, I just throw into the psyche the display today from Hossalut, the ex-Real Madrid man and Newcastle man at the top of the park. Now, he hasn't had a lot of surface, that is quite true, but it has been laboured just near side. Kakuta. Well, he's had a go. Hasn't been on long. Could have rippled the back of the net. Could have threatened a few fans in the stand, and the latter, sadly, was the answer. But just going back to Harslu at the top of the park for the side from Qatar. His impact has been minimal. You could argue that feeding off scraps, but hasn't really been what we'd expect when the ball has gone close to him. Nani. Jalali with the chest down. Gael Kakuta leads away. This is a good break here. Options. Jalali out to his left. Plays it to him now. Jalali with a pullback. One touch. Can it be finished? It is finished straight through a crowd of players. And Rezavan, the man that's not been on the field of play more than 2 or 3 minutes, has put the icing and the cherry, well and truly on the cake. Just how easy was that? Gharafa just almost out on their feet. Caught on the counter-attack. Lovely pullback by Kakuta. How much time, how much space for Arash Rezavan? One touch, 1, 2, side foot through the legs of Nani, past Khalifa and Dai. Pressure on the football here. Pedro Martins will be really disappointed. And then it is just a side foot placed goalwards. And a calamitous amount of legs in there. I think the final touch coming off of Saif Fadlala. Well, the result looks like it's been a fairly easy night for Esteghlal. It's been far from that, but they now are playing as though they are 3-goal leaders. They are now playing with the freedom that that second goal gave them. They literally blossomed since that second goal's gone in. (3-0) was the score on the 23rd of March 2010, when these two last met in the Champions League. 3-0 it is here as we approach the end of the 90th minute. There's IRN in, and the keeper spills it again. Khalifa and Dai got away from one in the first half, dropped it straight on the leg of Gustavo Blanco Lechuk. His knee went straight back at the keeper. Gharafa will need to work a little harder. First match day in the western part of the group. Jamal Hamed has gone down after coming into close proximity to the man with the shaven pate, Rafael de Silva. Gharafa find themselves a consolation. We're into 4 additional minutes here. Shevat Nkunum will be happy with the display from his side eventually. Always looked as though they held the upper hand within the game, but it was nervy for a period of time. Not that Gharafa had threatened Husseini's goal in any way, shape or form throughout the 90 minutes, but 1 goal is a slender lead. A palpable sigh of relief when the second goal went in. It sort of almost allowed Esteghlal to play this last 15 minutes or so with real freedom. And here has been the man at the heart of a lot of things for them. Raymond Rezavan slips the ball into Blanco Lechuk. Murtad popped up as he got the drive on. Khalifa Ndai. Thumps it long. Tari the target. Dong with a header. Sano. And clip the ball over the top, but again lacks any real accuracy. For Gianni Sassi. Seydou Sano all the way back to Jang Kyun-soo. Matthias Nani. Time and space as we approach the end of the third, of a minimum of 3 minutes to be added on here in what now looks like and is a comfortable 3-0 victory for Esteghlal. Into the final minute of the fourth. Jamal Hamed tries to set Saif Fadala away. Symptomatic a bit of Al Gharafa. Today it's not quite happened for them, and Petra Matan may well be looking within himself at his side and thinking, is there more to come from this side? Can I get it to work? Remember, we are very, very early in both of their domestic seasons as well. I think 4 and 5 games have been played by the pair of them. So they're not really into their straps, but you certainly don't want to lose on match day one. Coming up to the final few seconds of the minimum of 4 to be added on. Manning blows the whistle. Esteghlal 3, Al Gharafa 0. Goals on 5 minutes, early doors. Rezaian's cross turned in by Sidar Katim off his knee into the goal. And that's how it remained right through to the 79th minute, when a beautiful nutmeg by Rezaian on Nani got him into the box and drilled it past Khalifa Ndai. 88 saw Arash Rezavan make it 3-0, and it finished here at the Shah Ilkot Stadium in Tehran. Esteghlal 3, Al Gharafa 0.